looking outside the window, is there
Mhm.
anything strange? Is it like damaged? Is there anything below at the ground?
Nope.
It's
Just
just normal and flat ground?
yeah.
Yeah. My only point to add there is that if he said that the sides were leaking according to the lady downstairs, and if someone touched it in that intervening time, maybe they left a mark somewhere else.
He said that last week it had been leaking.
Yeah, last week. So, maybe
Wow.
too much time has passed. That's all I have. See kicks on the roof from out here. Probably could.
Probably, yeah.
This is descending, so no. There's a wall here.
Dang.
Yeah. Because it's like a hill. The city's at top of oh,
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
spend
see
that.
the owl, exactly.
Well, if you have the owl, yeah, you saw them having the conversation.
Yeah,
For
if
the
I see the owl, I'll actually like wave the owl down to like come and perch on my hand for a second.
for the actual room, is there a ceiling or is it just like open to the roof?
No, there's a ceiling. So there's a
Yeah.
flat ceiling, and then there's a covering so the water goes out. So there's there probably is a room above it, like a little what's it called
Crawl space.
Kind
crawl
of thing.
space, yeah, or an attic.
Mhm.
But probably it's very small.
Okay.
But small for humans anyway.
So what
There are
I
a lot of
got
halflings.
was
Yes,
the
Kick.
smell of perfume
You.
and burnt, and the sound of like wrestling falling, not just falling.
The sound of something falling.
I think it was him, but I was listening to what you said, and are you saying like that he had to patch it up because it was going to rain soon? Because that's the only reason you have to deal with it, and it seems like there's a whole bunch of different roofs.
That's what he said. The lady of the house set him up top. I can
One
go confirm
second.
that, and that wouldn't be too difficult.
I'm going to look outside.
Okay. I probably plan to go back down and talk to the lady and see if she's noticed anything.
Is it does it feel like it's going to rain within the next 24 hours?
No. What he said to Kix was that he had last
week it rained, and they don't want it to happen again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's very clear that it doesn't seem like it will rain or anything. Well, it may even get a bit hotter because we're in the middle of summer. So yeah.
After I do that, I would like to look around the room for any signs of like rodent holes or like things in like tops of corners that a rodent might come through. Because that's a big cat. As much as he has pride in killing rats, I'm not sure he's getting all of them.
Then a rat could probably go under the main door, but because there's a space, so you have to go down to the space. So if there's any, not a huge rat would have a in tight spaces, but say a medium-sized rat or mice wouldn't have like field mice would have no problem going through that.
Can I search Can I search around for a mouse or a rat? Because I should still have up my speak with animals.
Perception. You can roll perception.
Absolutely. Getting assistance. 22.
Nice.
While you're looking for a rat, you don't find rats or mice. Apparently, he's a very good mouser. Dawn Claw. But you do find something underneath the it's stuck in the bedding. You find a scrap of paper stuck between the headboard and the and you also discover a false bottom in the desk drawer as well.
Well, first of all, I must admit, they have a very good cat. This space is very clean. But this was in the bed, and this is hollow. So
what's inside of it then? Let's lift it out.
It appears to be empty, but it's clearly designed to to hide something.
I want to smell it.
Book size, maybe a little larger. Stack of
Hmm.
papers, perhaps.
I want to smell it.
Okay.
Does
Do you
it
have
smell
any
like
advantage?
perfume?
Does it smell like perfume? Let me see. That's an interesting question. No, it doesn't smell of perfume. Let's see. Had that one. So, yeah, no. But the paper does slightly, ever so slightly. The cat can pick it up, but if you don't know what you were looking for, you will.
Perfect, because I have my own cat.
Mhm.
So I'm going to get the cat to get my cat to pick up the scent. Then I will go downstairs, and I'll be like, okay, I think I maybe, you guys may want to check the note and see if you can get something from it, but I can also do something with it. On my
Okay.
way,
Okay.
following my cat,
Mhm.
I'm gonna walk by the Miss Laringfoss.
Mhm.
Be like, you may want to let your furry friend be on the bed some more. He would really enjoy it.
He scratches the post. It
Get it?
ruins it. You know how expensive it is to change posts on a bed?
I
You
don't.
might
But
you
I
might
have
sleep
to.
in the woods,
No, I
my
don't.
dear little
I
friend.
use a hammock. But I'm sorry. I have to continue investigating. 1 second. I'll be back to continue this. And I'm going to follow my cat as my cat tries to find the source of this perfume.
Okay, so meanwhile,
Or
back in the
someone who
room.
smells like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear I have a note now.
Yes,
Yes.
there is a
Let me show you what the note says. Let me show you. I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
It says Morning Hawk's Fine Steel received for purchase. Customer Roderick Graff, order 1 Hope knife. Additional options, engraving. Engraving should read for Roderick, my love. Smith Udensul.
Smith. What?
Engraving should read for Roderick, my love. The Smith, is Udensul. That's the name of the Smith.
Okay. So we have a named local smith. And this was picked up today then.
Or yesterday.
Yeah, or yesterday, but very recently. That's so a recently No, he wouldn't commission it to himself with this engraving.
No.
That's ridiculous. Right, Bearcat?
No, no one would get a symbolic dagger with the engraving "For my love" himself. At
He
least
could have been
nobody
very
sane.
into himself, but Well, that does give us at least something to investigate and ask around on.
2 things to investigate.
What's the second one?
Well, there's the Smith, and there's whoever was interested in Roderick.
Yes, that's true.
That is 2 different things.
Then at least we have some place to go. I think
True.
I only need to go downstairs and confirm with Kirsten Laring Glass what she saw today.
And also there's this perfume thing that I believe he was tracking.
I suppose if we smell anything, we'll know. But it could just be someone who's a little bit richer than others, and that'd be interesting.
Do a survival check for me. You're tracking that perfume.
Understood.
Okay. And I'm gonna assume if I go downstairs and talk to the lady, she's gonna say like she saw nobody, nobody's been downstairs all day, and that's it.
This
Well,
has
we'll get-
advantage.
Okay.
We'll
We'll
talk with
let you do it
14.
then.
There is the potential that they're all covering for someone.
Okay, so let's say you are. Guys are keep copying you when I should be moving you. Um, it leads to somewhere around here, in this area, Hugh. And when you get there, it seems to be not an inn, but a boarding house.
Which area?
Here. Um,
If you just want to
and
move my token there.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
And you're in front of the boarding house. What do you do?
I am going to. I'm going to turn into a mouse.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go inside.
Okay. Do a stealth check, and you have advantage.
No, that's wrong roll. Great. 10.
Okay, let's see if somebody spots you. They don't have advantage. No, they have disadvantage. So
Okay.
Very small.
they're not paying attention.
Actually distracted and everything.
Yeah, nobody sees you.
Thanks.
So you're
Okay.
scurrying around. You see that basically this is a flop house, right? It's one level, and there's a small dining area in the front, and then there's a wall with a door, and behind there's just beds. And in one corner there's a couple of people, and sitting one of the beds, it's a female woman who's crying. She's crying, uncontrollably. Uh, you see this face.
I'm going to get
She's
close enough and see if she smells like the perfume.
do a survival check for me again. She does.
Okay.
Although between the sobbing and the people, it's very difficult to tell. But yeah,
I will leave. And I will knock on the door. After turning back into Hugh, of course.
okay. You knock on the door. Somebody answers, and what in the blue blazes? And she goes for her
Hello?
knife.
Hey, I'm actually here with the Baron. I'm helping investigate what happened earlier in the day.
Baron? What Baron? Get out of here.
Baron kicks the shield.
I don't care. Get out. Get.
I need to speak with the lady on the inside.
I said leave.
I will come back with the Baron. Thank you very much. I will go back. I will get the person in charge of the investigation and get him to come with me.
Okay. Meanwhile, you guys are downstairs with these other two people that are talking about
Yep.
Kursk and
And Cham.
Sham. Let's see what they have to say.
Yes.
Who are you approaching first?
I'll go ahead and approach Cham here and ask. Well, I suppose you've already been given given a bunch of questions by Cursed over here, but would you mind if I were to ask them briefly to you as well?
Fine.
All right. You woke up this morning and opened up your tavern, is that correct? When you did anyone come in?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. What?
When you opened today, did anyone come inside?
No, I just had my regular guests.
Would
Nobody
that
came
include
in.
the halfling up top who announced that he came in and spoke to you before working on the roof?
Well, I hired. You mean Talus? Yes, Talus came
Talus.
in. He didn't come inside. He went right to the roof. That's he's doing his job. He's
Mhm.
probably expecting to silver when he comes out eventually, when he gets around to it.
I see.
The lazy bastard.
But other than him, before Rodrod's death, nobody new entered the building.
Not this morning, no.
I see. Hmm. I suppose that's all that I need to ask right now, I think. Thank you. And I suppose also to ask, you didn't hear anything or see anything strange or odd? No loud sounds during the morning?
Like I said before, I was the one that opened the door to give poor his breakfast, and that's when I found him, like that.
I see. I understand. Thank you. Then I'll go ahead and sit down with Curse for a little bit. So, well, we've done our sort of preliminary investigation here. It does seem, as it said, suicide right now, though there do seem to be a few interesting things.
Such as,
Well, for one, his open window, which seems suspicious but isn't enough on its own. My friend Kix, the kobold who was here before, says the cat actually heard of a loud thud upstairs. Or maybe around the building. Not the hammering. That seems to be different. He didn't complain about that. So if he died in his bed, he didn't fall into it by appearances. I don't think anyone would do something like that. But, well, something happened. I don't know what.
At that moment, Hugh comes busting in.
Oh.
I need a adult.
Well, there's a few of them here.
We have a few.
I found the source of the perfume, but I can't get in to speak to the person because, well, I'm a kobold.
I suppose the
Yeah.
I suppose that does bring up the third thing, Curse. We did find this note.
he looks at it. It's like, no, brother. And he turns to Hugh and is like, exactly did you track this to?
I didn't get to see what her name was, but she appears to have really deep green skin and red hair. Now she looked really sad, and I don't know if she did it, but I think she may know what happened.
It would be best if we were to go and speak.
So if anything, I would just want to be able to get in there and then speak to her in private, and then confirm.
Well, actually, I think I should speak to her as well. I wanted to
That's
avoid
fine.
this, but well,
Then we'll go
let's
together.
go. Let's go.
Yes.
And Kick's like very intentionally is making it apparent to Curse that he's keeping his lips tight about like the obvious implications here.
It is probably best that we don't.
Hugh will confidently knock on the door again.
And someone else opens. It's also human. He looks at. It looks it's like you again, and somebody clicks his laptop behind you. Like, excuse me. Oh, Kursk. Oh, you.
Yes, hello.
I got an adult.
Oh,
What's going on here?
Gosh, this is real like never speak to me or my son ever again energy.
100%.
yeah.
Kursk is like, would you mind? I want to talk to Brynja. We would like to talk to Brynja alone. Well, figuratively speaking. It's like, but please. And this lady was like goes inside. About 4 or 5 people actually come out. And Chris is like, he looks into the room, like, please follow me. And
I would have updated him on the way about the perfume smell in the room and the fact that it led me to her. And that I confirmed that it's hers.
He sort of nods. It's like, they go to her, and she's, wiping her eyes, and she's clearly half orc. With strong, except for the tusk and the skin, of course, she is very much, very largely human. From both sides of the family. And it's like, oh, Kursk, I'm sorry, I should have And he sort of sits beside the bed and puts a hand on her shoulder and is like, "It's okay. These fine gentlemen want to speak to you. We have some questions." And when you see questions, he just starts walking. She's unconsolable. Good
Mhm.
meaner, so.
Right.
But
So Giggs's first step here is like immediately to try to console her and go, it's like, I know that you must have heard of what's happened already. Please, if you would just speak to us, we only want to help.
I don't know. And he turns to Curse like, I don't know what to tell.
But before anything continues, it looks like you've been crying a lot. This might help you. I'll use Druidcraft to produce aloe leaves for her to wipe her face to sort of soothe the redness and the dehydrating effect of crying.
Okay, she does take them, and they seem to help. Right? She's like, "Thank you,
You're
Thank-
very welcome.
thank you,
Now,
little one."
I must admit I was a little bit sneakier early on, and I spoke with the cat back at the tavern, and I was informed of perfume as part of what was going on in the room, and unfortunately, combined with a burnt smell and some rustling around and somebody falling, it led back here, and I did get to confirm it. I apologize for sneaking in, but it was part of an investigation.
She's got a show. So like, I don't know what to tell you. If you have any questions,
Well, I suppose let me go ahead and make it more specific then. I don't think we need to really ask about your time specifically with him, but the last time you saw him, when was that?
2 days ago, we don't see each other. I mean, and Curse was like, "It's okay, you can tell him. He's my fiance, and we've been seeing each other for quite some time, and but not openly.
Hmm.
I was afraid her sister would not approve. She's and she doesn't. He's trying to speak, but she's like, Chris is like, "Our father died last year in an orc ambush." I said, "We're patrolling." From that time onward, our sister has been less well disposed against those of orcish descent within our walls. There are not many of them, but Brynja is certainly one of them. I knew about their affair, suspected, tried to confront my brother. He brushed me off. I was trying to convince her to come up to them both in the open. And, you know, get it, deal with the situation. I don't see how any of this is connected to his death. I don't think he was suicidal.
I have a question. Do any of the children here, are they friends with Ruby?
Yes.
Um
Why would that?
well, because my suspicion is if somehow Ruby found out, she may not have been very happy about it and then did something. I don't think it was Halgra. She seems to.
You're accusing my sister of murdering my
No,
brother.
absolutely not. I'm trying to figure out what happened. I'm not making any accusations at this point.
Do you have any proof that points to her?
The perfume.
And he gets up.
The perfume. I'm just trying to think of who could get access to the perfume.
They would. And Brina says, "We were together about 2 nights ago." That's probably how we got on him.
The perfume is the only lead I can think of. I am not making any accusations. I am
So
just
what? And he says, so
speaking
what
out
what does that have to do with my sister then?
if
If you're here to help, help. Otherwise,
I am. It's more the fact of it if if your father died recently because of the orcish threat and someone was angry, that would be good reason to be angry.
fine.
That's
And again, how does that bring my sister into the whole decision? What does my sister have to do with anything of this? She was with us in the common all morning, all day. You saw her. You saw what happened when they discovered the body.
This is true.
yep.
Uh.
The perfume's the only connection I can see. Like I said, I'm only pointing out the only connections that I have. I'm not making accusations. I am simply speaking out loud.
Well, let's go ahead and put things together first. And just to clarify, no one else knew but immediate family. Is that correct? Cross, you seem like you already knew. Is it true of the other two?
My sister didn't suspect, or at least she didn't give us a sign that she did, or my youngers, for that matter.
I understand.
So it was just you, him, and Brynja
I understand.
that should have known.
That should have known, yes.
Hold on. This is out of character.
Yeah, you have your suspicion, I think.
No.
But I haven't. Wraith has Zone of Truth. Does he? I'm not sure.
I do
He
believe he
does.
does. He does.
He
If he
100% does.
I don't know if he has it prepared today. Is more the question.
That was something that he's not here, so I don't know if.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like because he's used it before in situations.
I mean, he could prepare it, I guess, if he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I think.
And that's something that Braith would bring up with evidence.
Well, but right now we don't really have a particular person that we really think yet is more the issue.
Hugh does, but he can't push it.
Yeah.
Hugh said it openly to see this guy's response. And the response wasn't like a, oh no, that couldn't have happened. It was more of like a legitimate, like, that's my family.
Yeah.
So now I've cleared this guy, and Halgra doesn't make sense to me.
Right. Well, I want to go ahead and keep questioning Brynja here. So I'll go ahead and continue. So you said that 2 days ago was the last time that you saw him.
Yes.
Do you know why he was in the inn room last night?
No.
Why did he travel there?
Well, he likes to write, and he likes to get a room so that he can write in there. He likes his poetry and his plays, and he finds it. He doesn't like to write around his family. He doesn't like the distraction.
And lessons, I'll need you to confirm this. Did he have a whole bunch of writing things in that room, including books and plays and poems and such?
Not with him at the moment, no. You didn't find anything, but you did find that the desk had been used, like that had ink and had like a dry ink and pen, and it's a writing desk. So if he were to go there to write, that would be a place to go. But at the moment,
find the actual materials.
No.
That's interesting. And I'll look over to Curse and ask, Curse, you got there first with you and your guards. His writings were all there, is that right?
No, he didn't have them. Which is, now that I think about it, it's
a little strange, isn't it?
Yes.
And we found the hidden compartment where we found that note for the commission. Nothing was in there either.
No.
Nothing.
So why would he go there alone without his writing materials if he wasn't there to write? He did write something, I think. But there was nothing there. Whoever went there took it. If there was someone there.
Yeah, it was.
And I suppose if you weren't there last night then, Brynja.
No. Gar does make a very valid point.
He does insight literally everyone.
Wraith also insights every single person. Yeah, you could go ahead and roll him, see how he's doing. Or I could roll and just take advantage off of Wraith if that's better, because I'm actually here. I do have insight, so 18 with his assistance then.
Got a 24.
Yo.
Okay, but the question is, what is he inciting for? I mean, it's not just, oh, I get insight, you know.
Genuine emotions and surprise.
He is distraught, and he is right now. He's confused, and still has lingering anger. The idea that there's anybody in his family would be involved in this is just still has some rankle played. So, yeah.
So it does suddenly present a mystery and additional evidence that it may not have actually been a suicide. The lady of the tavern says that no one came in or out, but the window was open, and even that.
To
the
clarify,
man on the
when
roof
you
didn't
ask
see anything.
nobody
No-
in the morning,
Yeah, nobody in the morning aside from regulars.
And definitely not people who went upstairs to the guest room.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as anyone else is aware, he was alone. Someone who may in fact be very skilled could have entered in through the window.
Yeah.
What's
How
his name
cracked
again?
open? What was the space like cracked open of the window?
I mean, think about like yay big, right? It's just a stick. It's a chingle, and then they put a stick to it so that air comes in. Or you can lift it all the way up, you know, to open it up. But basically, it's like a panel, basically. Yeah.
That doesn't help Hugh's line of thought because that's a tight squeeze for someone who's fully grown.
They could have just opened up the window more and then closed it back when they left, but
They definitely could have done that.
Nobody saw anyone entering or leaving.
That they
Through the
spoke of because they're a member of the family that runs the place.
I do have an
But there was a loud noise.
Out of character. I do have an idea. We might be able to bait them into revealing that they knew if we could talk to them by pretending to ask them questions such as, do you know anyone who might harm him, or anyone who he might have emotional conflict with, you know?
Right. We could definitely go ahead and ask that. And other questions I think to come to mind now are, who was he interacting with before then? What in the past 2 days made him change his mind or head there without announcing his plans to others? To
Also,
not
I guess,
write as he normally does.
we should also, I guess, for safety, ask the
Yeah.
smith if he told anyone, or if anyone could have found out.
Yeah, and Gar's totally right here. It's like, yeah, it literally could have just been anyone's magic too.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going to
Yeah.
prove that? But I'll look at Curse and go, I suppose I have to ask, do you agree now that something other than suicide may have happened here? There's the loud noise that was reported. There's the fact that all of his writing material is missing, and yet he wrote something while he was there. There's the fact that, it's all very strange, isn't it?
The possibility. I don't want to think of my brother being a cop taking his own life, that's for sure.
Hold on.
Then I suppose the next question is to you, Kirst. Who could he have talked to in the past few days?
Let's see who comes up with someone.
Yeah, and of course I'll just like toss into the room. It's like, I don't suppose you think he talked to Lord Maestra. Everyone just goes, "Oh, God, that guy."
Well, there
Oh
was
god, that guy. We hate that guy.
patrol sergeant from an old friend of our father's. He never really rose too much in the ranks, but he was reliable under. Well, he was. He's somewhat retired from the militia.
So a retired man, but well, I don't suppose a guard captain is an assassin necessarily. But I suppose he would have some motive, and at least has been spoken with. And can you name anyone else you think he may have spoken to?
No, not really.
I suppose you didn't necessarily follow his every step.
Mhm.
I understand. Hmm.
I think a clear solution to this is a simple zone of truth use from our paladin of Cord.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, if we could figure out who exactly we want to put to the question here, that would be good, but that probably requires more investigation first, I think. Otherwise, we use it and then we don't get to do it again.
It can be done a couple of times. It's not
Hmm.
energy breaking, so we can start with the people who are
Yeah,
closest and then just work our way out.
Perhaps, but still, no need to go accusing every single person.
Oh, absolutely
Yes.
not. It's just we start with the closest threads and
We
then
should
get
not
to the less
consider
cut-rich
anyone
ties.
guilty until we have good evidence.
Exactly.
So, Barracat, then, you had an idea of how you would want to ask questions, and I think so did you, Hugh. Do you want to go back and ask some people in your way and see if you can get more out of them? And I can go speak to the guard captain alongside Kirst here?
I actually think I might best be served to see if there is any mention from your other visitors of these events privately.
Hmm. And I guess I'll probably also look to Brynja and go, do you think you have anything to add? Anyone he may have spoken to or may have thought ill of this? Or anything that he said that may have indicated any kind of turmoil?
He was distracted, unusual self, but I thought that he was worried about telling his sister about us. Gathering the courage to say so. Aside from that, I don't know.
Hmm. I see. I see. Well, Kirst, if you think so, could you show me to the guard captain? The old one? We'll talk with him, that he
Mhm.
said. And Barracat and you know what to do.
With your permission, Kirst, I would like to turn into something small and listen in to see if there's anything that comes from the other visiting lord. I accept the consequences of what happens if I get caught. And
So
this is
what are you gonna do? Barracat and Kix is gonna go with Kursk to talk to
Gonna
the
go
old
first.
captain, and Barracat.
Well, do you guys think I should just talk to the Smith guy first, or just go straight to interviewing
Um,
like the
I
family
I
guess
and
that
for the
would be an interesting
Smith.
question. We could always ask Brynja here. You did commission the smith for the honor knife, right?
What?
I will cast
The note.
prestidigitation and create a
Uh,
visual copy of the knife that I saw and kind of hold it in my hands. Did you commission any work that might look like this from the Smith for the now deceased?
No, I didn't commission anything. I have. She goes in there. She goes to a drawer, knife, and I have my here.
Alright, I'm
Insight.
gonna take
This
a look at it.
This
this
one
one
says
custom?
that it has an engraving for him.
Yes, from you.
No, it
19.
doesn't specify from who, but it does says from your love. If it wasn't from you, and Kix is like immediately gritting his teeth and trying not to say what comes next.
He's puzzled. He's completely like, I don't. He said that
Yes.
the note says that he has an engraving
Mhm.
Yeah.
called "For My Love," but it doesn't say who it is. So, she's puzzled.
One
Like, no,
might
I have my knife here. What?
Okay.
Why do
Two
you
questions.
ask?
Does my
If you want,
copy have that engraving on it?
no.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to clarify, just so I'm perfectly sure, lessons. The engraving is to Rodrill, my love.
No. Well,
Okay.
let me reread you the inscription.
Okay then.
Info. Customer Roderick Graff. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it says for Roderick. My yes. Um. Yeah, it's interesting.
Customer Roderick Graff.
Yeah,
One hope knife engraving for Roderick, my love.
yeah. Okay, let me reread this because this is now I'm confused.
Here we go then. Let's clear
Yeah.
this up because this
Yeah.
suddenly there becomes very strange and there's a fourth party to all this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what's happened. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The tension.
Yeah. No. Yeah. She actually says, yes, I did commission a knife, but that it wasn't ready yet. It was for me to give him to me when we made our engagement public.
Who knew about that commission?
Well, that would be the Smith. I commissioned it from her. And her name is that would be Sarah Morningstar.
Did you tell anybody
That's correct.
else?
No,
And do you
My-
think even he didn't know about it?
My
and
knife
yeah,
didn't tell
by
him
the
about
way,
it.
wasn't
by the way,
her.
yeah, the knife that which is the knife that was found in the murder scene is that knife,
Okay.
but it had an incomplete inscription. It hadn't been finished yet.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
a rough version of it. It wasn't complete.
My insight 19 was into her reaction to this.
She was shocked that
She's-
you would know about it,
Okay.
and distraught, but.
Right. But it was going to be a gift. I assume a surprise gift. You didn't even tell Rodrill about this, correct?
But no, I didn't take. Like I said, it was my gift to sort of when we announced to everyone that we were engaged. I would go give it to him
That does
Public-
leave very
publicly.
few people.
Yeah,
I see. I think we do need to go to the smith next.
Mhm.
I
Whoever
agree.
did this had to have picked up the knife.
And had to have known about it.
Well, this could significantly decrease the amount of people.
Come on, Kirst, to the blacksmith.
Before we do resolve that, Hugh will go turn into a mouse and perch in a spot where he can hear the conversation that is going on in Maestron's room.
okay.
Ooh.
So it's over here. What's actually the room that he's staying in is right beside Clamor, which is it's between Clamor and the store in the town called That and Such. So it's in this corner right here, right here, this building. This is Clamor, the Smith, and this is the regular store. and this is where you
Perfect.
stay.
Perfect.
So you can move your tokens over there if you
Yep.
want.
And if I get anything interesting, I'll take note of it. But I hold
Make-
position as long as I can.
Make a stealth check.
Hell yeah.
You have to get inside in order to hear anything of significance.
Being a mouse, I get a 24.
You hear basically you have a conversation. There's Sesk and there's Master, and you see two other guards, and they're basically, and he says, "My lord, we're wasting our time here. There's nothing to do here. Clearly, the lady has no interest in you." He says, "Master says, my father promised. His father promised her to me. We're betrothed. It's a matter of convincing her that it's good for her best interest to, well, continue. I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to court her if need be." So you see Seth going like, "Yes, I suppose so." And so they're having this conversation back and forth. Mastrim doesn't have his hair, and you realize that Mastrim is a half elf.
Oh.
He's not a human; he is a half elf.
Gasp.
All the other members of his party are human. And he's like, yes, and he keeps going on, but the way he's talking is more like he wants to convince him that it's necessary to stay here and try to woo her, right? And that's what you hear. That's the ghost, and most of the other guards. I mean, there's a guard by the door, making sure that looking outside to see if anything happens. But most of the other guards are playing cards or resting in their cots and whatever, right? Because there's nothing to do, and they have to pretend that they're not listening to their lord having discussion about who he's wooing, right?
Okay. Yep. If there is no other conversation that I pick up within the time that makes it seem more suspicious, then then we're good. That's just a juicy piece of information that maybe will affect dealings with him in the future. So that is Hugh.
No. So you can all move over here. You can see it in the upper right corner. Go back the map. So over here. Yeah, over here.
Yeah.
And
To Sam.
so
Sarah.
yeah, and you see an orc. She is clearly an orc. Sarah Morningstar, working at the in fact, she has a small mouse in her pocket apparently. And that peeks up like, and as soon as they see you, it pops back down again. And she's working at it, and she has most of her workers are either humans or half orcs. She has, for a small smith, she has quite a bit of people that's working. You see, there's a collection of knives on, these hope knives in different states, but they're also axes, all the things that a blacksmith does. But there's a lot of hope to these knives, and there's also weapons as well, like spears, swords, that sort of thing. So she's probably the one who provides most of the weapons to the militia. And she's working away. So what do you do?
Good morning. Hello. Good day at the forge.
What can I do for you? Oh, so you're the other lord that has showed up, huh?
That's right. The town is brimming with lords now.
Yeah. We have no use for them, but here you are. So what can I do for you?
Well, I want to ask you a few questions, if that's all right. Have you heard the news today?
Who hasn't? Poor bastard.
I see. Now, there's something more specific about this, about the occurrences that I'd like to ask you about. I believe you recently commissioned a dagger. Well, specifically one for Brynja. Did you not?
Oh, I handed over that to one of my other smiths. Yes. But yes, she did. She should have the receipt. I gave it to her.
That's
see the
right. We have it with us here, in fact.
Well,
Did
we have an image of it.
Am I
a
to
copy.
understand that the
Well,
apprentice here?
receipt, because that's
Yeah. Am I to understand the apprentice here handled the dagger from there on out? You didn't already hand it over, correct?
No. She he has to make it, and then I make the engraving. He hasn't finished it yet.
If you could you bring him
Which-
out here?
Yeah.
When he said like he hasn't, and she starts barking orders and it's like Ursula, what that is. And nobody responds, and everybody's like, "Where's Ursula? What do you mean? What's wrong with you idiots?" And she's just looking around, and it's like, "Where is that damn moron at?" Oh, he's not
Very great,
here.
ma'am.
He's not here. That's for damn sure.
Do you have any idea where he could be? Any idea where he goes?
Well, unless he's gotten drunk and overslept.
He did not. Did you not see him this morning?
Been busy since I walk in the break of dawn. I've been working every day. Didn't bother to see him. If he's not here, I'll have to fire his green ass.
Could you point us to where he lives? We could. see
Yeah,
if
he
he's
points
there.
you somewhere around here.
Ha! Running over here. Thank you, ma'am. And kicks us off.
Yeah.
He senses a trail here, so he's out.
Well, it seems we'll have to make our leave faster than expected.
I'll come back and buy a dagger from you later.
This is actually going to work out really funny because once the time passes for my wild shape, or at least how long I would wait until I realize that I'm going to get nothing from this, I would go to the blacksmith.
And then hang out there and hear them going like, I'm glad they ran away. Hey, Oracle,
I'll
it's fine
see
to
the
come
mouse.
out now.
I'll see the mouse and then I'll be like, hey, can I talk to your mouse?
Oh my gosh.
You say that to her? And it's like,
Sick mouth.
yeah.
Can I talk to him?
Yeah, when you get there later.
she's
That'll be
like,
funny.
she grabs the hammer and she puts them out. She kind of like, you come anywhere near my mouse, and I swear to all the gods, I will crack your little lizard skull open. Now get out of here.
Oh, I don't have to. Do I have to go get an adult again? I'm helping with the investigation. I'm here with Lord Kix.
You think I'm a moron, Kobold?
Absolutely not.
Well, then get out of my smithy. You're not gonna have my mouse for lunch. Get out.
If you watch, I can do my druidic ritual to speak.
I can crack your teeth broken with this hammer and then loop your head with the first sword I grab. That's what I can do. Now get the hell out.
Okay, I'll be back with an adult, and I'll leave. I have no clue where anybody went, so I'm just gonna wander. I'll wander around.
Okay. So you go to the house. The house seems to be closed for some reason. Mostly because it's apparently nobody there. Attack of the Cologne.
Mega bang on the door.
You do.
One of us should go check for alternate entrances while the other goes through the front.
Okay, I'll handle the front. You take the other side, Bearcat.
You know, and
I'll circle around.
Curtis will use like, well, there doesn't be anybody in. Bearcat, do a survival check for me.
Survival? Okay.
Survival.
That's a 9.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's
going
a couple.
to use my inspiration from earlier to reroll that.
Okay.
God damn.
Yeah. No.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Amazing inspiration. Super useful.
Hmm.
+5 to every roll.
Yeah. Aside from looking at all the windows being closed, Yeah.
Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything that I can see.
All right. If he sees nothing, then back at the front, I'm going to look to Curse and go, "My lord, may I?"
Go ahead.
Bang! Kick in the door.
Yeah, it's a one-room door, and as you open, you see a grizzly. Well, not a grizzly. Actually, what you see is a rather fat orc. What seems to be asleep, and a lot of bottles around him. Not, yeah, bottles. Like he'd been drinking. Would it be bottles? It would be actually it would be tankards.
Just whole jugs.
Yeah, whole jugs.
A
Like
lot of
yeah,
alcohol.
like he was drinking like squeezies, like like you see in the cartoons with the big jug with but they're ceramic jugs, so they have the triple X. Yeah, for the alcohol. Like there's like 2 or 3 of them.
How much moonshine can you drink before you die? We're finding out today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as you get closer, there's a smell that mixes in with the smell of as in Hoochuk, yeah.
Yeah.
As in this guy, he's no longer a member of the living. He looks like he puked on himself, covered his in puke as well as his front of his shirt or something like that.
And I'll just kind of look at him and go, "Is he actually drink himself to death?" I
There's a
will.
small chance.
Right. I'm going to reach down. I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to just start shaking him. Wake up!
Yeah, what you see is like a bit of saliva and wrapped in, and maybe his nose sort of trickling down. But he's heavy as the dead because he's very much dead.
He is. Set him back down.
He
I
doesn't
don't
appear to
have
have any
medical skill.
wounds.
I will go ahead and open up the back door and kind of look at Bearcat and go, "You can come on in."
I walk in.
Uh,
There doesn't
time
appear
to.
to be any obvious wounds, right?
Nope.
Yep. It's time to do an investigation. Come on, Bearcat, let's do it.
Woo.
By that I mean I'm going to do it, and you're going to give me the
Pretty
23. Thank you.
much. Yeah. I take the help action.
You check the hooch, and it's just, I mean, it's it's grain alcohol, very very crudely done, but it smells funny. Just there's something about it. It's like this ain't right, but you can't tell what it is.
Do I drink it though? The
No.
power, but I could drink it.
You have a wizard with identify.
Exactly.
That is true, and we in fact. Oh,
At
that's right.
once.
The bird can do identify, but then he can't tell us what it is.
Well, identify doesn't work for this though.
Yeah, that's
It's
technically
not
true.
magical.
But I bet Hugh could probably identify it.
At this point, because I've been wandering around, I would probably
Stumble in,
stumble across. Oh, there you
Yeah.
are. All right.
catch, and I'll just throw you a jug, and it's to see if you keep balance.
Yeah. I'll catch it. I'll smell it, and then I'll take a sip.